What's going on? The Forte podcast. Come on, follow us on at the Forte community on LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all of that. This is the only podcast that brings the guests from the podcast to you through a network and party event. Next one coming at ATL in November. So make sure you look out at www.theforteexperience.com for the latest and greatest news on where it's going to be, what time it's going to be, and make sure you get your all black ready now.
Get it ready right now. Also, make sure y'all go to Amazon.com. Go to Amazon.com. Get your copy of my latest book, Wholesale to Wealth. If you're looking to learn how to get deals, how to close deals, and how to make money, not just in wholesaling, but if you are in any sales industry, be sure to go to Amazon right now and get your copy today. Help a brother become an Amazon bestseller. I appreciate that so very much. Welcome to the Forte podcast. I am your co-host, Dominic Epps.
And I'm your co-host, Randall Monfiston.
And we are here to dive into your lane of greatness to discover what comes easy for you that may not be easy for all others.
Everyone's a genius, from a 9-to-5 employee to the Fortune 500 billionaire. We're here to highlight those attributes through dialogue and interviews with amazing guests.
So I got one question for you.
What's that, bro?
Your forte?
What's your forte?
What's your forte? What's going on, my brother? How are you, man? You doing good today?
I'm doing well. I'm just hyped for the book that you got out, bro. Like it's go like matter of fact, you know what? My brother hooked me up. I seen it on the desk, bro. I seen it on the desk.
Yeah, of course.
You would have slid it in there.
Yeah,
I started reading it, man, and I'm really proud of you. I'm not only saying that because you're my brother, but I'm saying that because this is good content. So, as Dom said, make sure y'all check out Amazon and y'all check that out. Y'all check that out. Don't miss out on this gem. And don't miss out on the gym coming in November. What's coming out in November, bro?
Listen,
what's coming out in November?
November, we have the All Black in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, man, I had to make sure I say it right. Atlanta, Georgia, right? Because, you know, Atlanta and Baltimore are the only places where, you know, you don't even mention the T. You got to say it without the T, right? You got to be like Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
Baltimore and Atlanta, right? But listen, y'all, we're coming with the All Black. If you missed the All White, you just missed out on the treat. We had an amazing event, of course, and now we are giving you an opportunity because we saw your responses, we saw your comments, and you're like, hey, well, you know, what about us? We got you. We coming to the A, all right, All Black in November. Date to be determined. We will give you all a date. We understand that November time is big with traveling and families and Thanksgiving and holidays, things of that nature. So we're going to try to make sure that we pick a good date that works for most people. May not be everybody, but for most people. And so we're looking forward to that. But I'm going to tell you, brother, I'm looking forward to today's guest because I think this is probably the first person that we have interviewed thus far that is in this arena of real estate.
Yeah.
This is some, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward.
A different niche. It's like it's the same industry, but a slightly different niche. So I'm gonna be taking my pen and paper out, trying to figure out on how to replicate that, right? Like we in one lane in the industry, but she's dominated in a different lane, and it's
like killing it too.
It's amazing.
Like killing it. I'm not talking about like literally killing the game and providing content of the process, which is fire by itself, right? It's one thing for you to be killing it and you crushing it. But she's also documenting receipts of what she's doing and allowing everybody to be able to come in on this journey. And man. So listen, let everybody know, who do we have coming up to talk about their forte?
Bro, I feel like she's gonna be known. I see once people see it, I feel like there's so many followers she has. But I'm gonna go ahead and let people know. We got Nicole Briscoe.
Let's go.
AKA mobile home mommy.
Let's
TikTok.
go.
I think TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. She's gonna come here and drop them gems about how she's thriving in the mobile home real estate industry.
Let's go.
Nicole, come off mic and tell these people what's your forte.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for having me on. I am Nicole Briscoe, aka the Mobile Home Mommy, and I do all things mobile homes, y'all. I know a lot of people invest in traditional real estate. They invest in houses, Airbnbs, but I do the untapped market. That's what I like to call it because when I tell people I invest in mobile homes, the first thing they say is nobody gonna want that trailer trash. Oh,
Ooh,
you don't
mm,
make a lot of money, do you? And yes, I make a lot of money. Okay.
wow.
Yeah, man. You said something powerful right there, right? People overlook the treasures because they think there's trash.
Come on,
But
man.
the
Yeah.
best gems come from trash, all right? And I think that's that matter of fact, let them
Is that
overlook it, right?
is
That's
that what
more
we
money
doing
for
right
you.
now? Is that what we doing
What's
right now?
up?
Are we dropping these fire gems
I'm
for?
just saying,
Is
like
that what we?
Nicole brought it out. She dropped
Damn,
something
bro,
that I want to make sure people understood. I just
we
wanted to
just
bring
got
it out,
started,
yo.
man. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me pump the brakes for a little bit. Nicole,
What's up?
tell everybody where you're from. Let's get a background first, because that's going to help us understand her grit and her grind, right? So help us to understand that by letting us know where are you from, Nicole.
I'm from Portsmouth, Virginia, 757 all day. I currently reside in North Carolina. I'm in the Raleigh Durham area. Yeah, and I started my mobile home investing journey right here in North Carolina.
You from P Town.
Got,
B
got
Town,
you.
baby.
P Town. So my wife is
757.
from P Town.
Yes.
And Queen was the one that introduced us to Nicole, you all. I see
Yes.
Norcom,
Love
which is like
round
which
three.
is yeah, Norcom is a HBCU, by the way. If y'all didn't know it, it's
That's
definitely
right.
a HBCU. My gosh, man. But anyway, so you're from P Town. Let's talk about growing up in Portsmouth. Household size, was it both parents in the home? Like, how was it growing up in Portsmouth for you?
Hard. I'll be honest. We house hopped a lot. It was from my mom being stable to not being stable to live with my grandma to my mom being stable to not being stable to live with my aunt. Unfortunately, I've been in every middle school and yeah, I've been in every middle school and elementary school in Portsmouth, in Portsmouth. And I wasn't at one point we even lived in a hotel. I don't know if you all are from Portsmouth, but Lakita will remember there was a motel on Frederick Boulevard where the Walgreens is now. There's a Walgreens on Frederick Boulevard.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was ugly. We used to live there for a month or two at most, another downtime for my mom, and it was so many kids outside and I wanted to go play. But Frederick Boulevard is
Yeah.
public and I wouldn't go outside
That's what a
because
dub
I
is.
didn't want
That's what a dub was. Yeah, I know. I know. I
and I didn't
know.
want people to see
Yeah.
me outside of a hotel like, dang, why she out there? Then I felt like I would have had to explain that. So I never went outside. I just watched the kids out the window. So
Wow.
growing up in childhood, it wasn't the best. My mom, she worked two jobs, but her two jobs was McDonald's in the daytime, Wendy's in the evening. So my mom was really trying her best at the parenting thing. She really was. So it wasn't a bad childhood. It was just a little chaotic at time where we was
Absolutely.
gonna
Mm.
sleep.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Go ahead, bro.
So do you think, right? Matter of fact, you know what? That's your childhood, right? So after you're adult and you're outside of the house with your mom, kind of walk us through that gap between childhood outside the mom, outside the house from your mother, to getting into the mobile industry. What were the things that you had to experience or you went through before you realized that you wanted to dive into the mobile home industry?
Okay, good question. So if I'm being honest with you, what happened was having a baby at 19, being very immature and irresponsible. My daughter gave me maturity and responsibility because I turned into Mufasa. I didn't want anybody to harm my child. Anything for her, I became very dominant. Like I was always a friend that was kind of passive. I went along with whatever you said. But once I had my child, no, forget all of that. It was her first. So I didn't realize, but I developed this hustler mentality where I needed to go and get more and more and more because I didn't want to have down times with a child. So the beginning parts of my daughter's childhood, I struggled. I was on Section 8 for 7 years. She doesn't remember that. She know mommy had her own place, but she didn't know I was waiting every month on my utility check. So I started learning how to do other things to elevate myself. So before I even got to mobile home investing, the first thing I did that gave me pride and joy, it took me almost 8 years to get an associate's degree from TCC. But when I got it, and how my daughter was so happy for me and the accolades and praise I received, I was like, well, let me go to Norfolk State, get my bachelor's degree in social work. Got my bachelor's degree. Ended up opening up a laundromat with my boss because he saw how hard I worked. And got opened up a laundromat. Worst idea ever. Put it all in my name because I had the credit. And I just assumed since he was my boss, he had the experience, but he was my boss while I was like filing bankruptcy claims, kind of like an unofficial paralegal was what I was doing. Used to work for Portfolio Recovery. That's the name of the business in Norfolk.
Well, we all
And
know about
so,
portfolio. We all know about portfolio. My God, y'all
yes,
called me too many times. Stop calling my phone, but go ahead. Go ahead.
yes,
Collections, for
yes.
those
So,
of you that may not be aware, there's a collections company.
yep.
Yeah.
So I worked there, tried the laundromat with him, failed. From there, I was like, okay, let me try a t-shirt business. I'm trying all these businesses. And finally, once I graduated Norfolk State, I was like, I want my master's degree, but it's not going to look good to have 2 degrees from the same school. Who made that up? I did. Don't ask me why. So I moved, took my Section 8 voucher, put my big girl drawers on, and moved to North Carolina as a single parent. My daughter had to be in the 3rd grade, so I'm gonna say she was 7 to 8 years old. That was the most life-changing, scariest thing I had ever done. Didn't know anybody in Hillsborough, North Carolina. So I had to develop community, friends, and in Portsmouth, I'm used to being around majority Black people. Well, it transferred to me being around majority white people. Even my daughter was like, Mommy, everybody in my class is clear. I felt like I failed my child because I just threw her into this environment. So transitioning here was a big change for me. And finally, I did get a job working at the high school as a school social worker. I got 3 job opportunities. High school social worker, working at social services to be a CPS transporter, or processing food stamp applications. The 2 jobs at social services paid more. However, the school system, as a single parent, I would be on the same time as her. Now, I had to transition myself from getting paid every 2 weeks to getting paid once a month. I was afraid to do that because I've never done that. That means I have to buy everything at one time. But I kept thinking, if the school goes out, if they think it's going to snow, she ain't got to go in, I ain't got to go in. I made the best decision for me and my child. I stayed the school social worker at a high school in Hillsborough for a little over 7 years. And in 2020, I was like, you know what? This is my year. I want to be a home. I want to be a landlord. I'm going to buy me a house. So I spent my last $2,000 for my birthday in January 2020, bought a course, and the course, when I bought the course, it was $2,000, and everything in it was like, oh, to do traditional real estate, you need a hard money lender. Well, hard money lender mean I had to borrow money for somebody that I could possibly F up. I didn't like that. And, it was time limits on it, and I was reaching out to realtors, nothing was working. So I went to my favorite mentor, YouTube University, heard about mobile home investing, from a young Black couple that looked just like me, and I felt like I could trust them. Went on their webinar, bought their course, and in the first, I started investing in mobile homes March 2020, and by the end of the year, I made $181,000. I had did 23 deals, 9 of which I kept of rental properties, and the rest were me wholesaling. And it's been up from there. From there, I've been international speaker twice. I've featured in Business Insider, been on numerous podcasts, all thanks to mobile home investing. It's
And
definitely been
she
a
here
blessing.
on the Forte podcast
Yeah,
right
man.
now. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
whoo, Nicole, you gave us a lot. You gave us a lot, right? But something that stood out, sacrifice. right?
Yeah.
And that when you made the decision to move to North Carolina, it was a hard decision, but it was a decision that you decided to make because you didn't want to have two masters at the same school. Hey,
That
that's
was
all
dumb.
good. That's all good, right? It's
Cut
amazing.
that out. That was just dumb.
You know what? But it was God's plan, right? So you go to
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina, and then you make another sacrifice by taking less pay, so that you can have the same schedule as your daughter, which was amazing because most people in that situation, they would say, "Oh, I'm going to go with higher pay and more frequent pay," right? So instead of having to
Mm-hmm.
wait once a month, I'm gonna get paid twice, twice a month, or every 2 weeks or every week, right? So commend you for that. But then there was one more thing you said that I want our listeners to be able to really listen to. You talked about the sacrifice to make an investment in yourself, and you made an investment in yourself by investing in education, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you went to YouTube University, you got the free information, but you knew that wasn't enough. You knew that
Mm-hmm.
everybody that shared information on YouTube don't give you everything. They give you enough,
That's right.
right? They give you enough. They don't give you the appetizer, right? But you knew it was more, and you made a decision to say, "Hey, I'm going to take." Now, were you still on Section 8 when you made that decision to make the investment?
No,
Okay.
I got off of Section 8 while I was working as a school social worker, maybe like my third or fourth year, because I
Okay.
went from like 38 to $45,000 in the school system.
Gotcha.
And you know how hard that was to get put off of Section 8? Because I was so used to that being my crutch. If I get fired, oh well, I'm good. I know I got a utility check that'll come. I can find another job, but they're gonna pay
Yeah.
my rent.
Right.
But to get the letter like, hey, you don't qualify anymore, I was like,
Mm.
it made me very uncomfortable because for so long, 7 years, I knew anything go wrong, my
Mm-hmm.
rent and my lights were gonna be paid.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. The something else I wanted to do because I could empathize and share with you, or yeah, share with the audience. I did something similar. I invested into a real estate program that was $10,000, and then from that
Mm,
real estate program, I realized I didn't have enough information. You go a couple years, and then Dom, he was doing a real estate investment program where he did it for free, right? And then I learned more in that real estate investment program that Dom did than I did in the $10,000 course, right? So
ooh,
I
Pause.
fully understand.
Pause. Hold on.
What?
Pause. Pause.
What's up?
Nicole, let me give you some context to this, right?
okay.
Me and his brother been rocking for a long time. Now, he was not aware that I was doing the real estate training and all of that. So I'm gonna give him that,
Oh yeah,
right?
it
He
was years
wasn't aware.
Okay.
prior.
Yeah,
Yeah, years
yeah,
prior that I went to the
yeah.
one that cost $10,000.
But when he came to my free seminar, because I'm from Suffolk, I'm from Saratoga. I'm trying to put everybody on game, right? I'm like, listen,
Right.
I'm gonna put my people on game. I'm giving free information, right? He comes in there, soaks up everything, and say, bro, I got more out of yours than I did this $10,000 course I paid. I said, you paid what? From that
Mm,
day, no more free seminars. No more free
I
seminars.
understand that.
No more free
I
seminars.
understand.
Yeah, yeah. But go ahead, bro. I ain't mean to cut you. I just, yeah,
No, no,
you
I
can't.
would just be able to
Yeah,
share her plight when it comes to
right,
that, right? Like
right.
you in one lane and be like, man, this like I paid all that for this, but then you was able to get in another lane, and then that lane worked, right? So, and here we are on a podcast together,
Yep.
multiple real estate deals, flips, buy and holds, all of that. Now up to multifamilies we're working on. So, yeah. So what I want to get into, and I want to kind of shine like. I'm gonna put my naiveness on this on full
Mm-hmm.
display. I've used mobile homes, not used, but I've the term mobile homes, manufactured homes, and modular homes. All that meant to say, what's the difference between the two? It wasn't until I started preparing for this podcast that I realized mobile and manufactured is the same thing. It's just the year that the thing was built. What I didn't
Hmm.
find, or what I couldn't understand, is that why, if the property's so cheap for the mobile homes, why do people get loans? Like, well, not why they get loans, but do they have to get the same traditional loan that somebody would get for a home, right? Is there a closing title company involvement that you would deal with a a mobile home, right? Because I'm thinking like there's a car program vehicle or personal loan you could get for $10,000, $15,000. So can you share kind of like the process of what's the difference between closing on a mobile versus closing on a traditional stick home?
Perfect. So traditionally, when you all close on the house, you have to go through due diligence, right? You have to have an attorney. The attorney's going to check for judgments, liens, any heirs on the property. You have to do your due diligence. From my understanding, due diligence takes about 2-3 weeks. When I'm closing on my mobile homes, I close on properties the same day, maybe the next day. Why? Because the paperwork that I need is the title to the mobile home. And where I go to check to see if there's any judgments or liens on it is the DMV. Hey, here's the title that I have. Is there any liens on it? And she's gonna look at me and say, Nicole, you already know if it's a lien on it. It's gonna say it right there. There's no lien on it. Can I see his ID? She's gonna take the ID. She's gonna transfer it over into their name. So
Right.
I'm I'm transferring ownership at the DMV. Sometimes I'm transferring ownership right there on the back of my car. Hey, sign the back of the title, and I'm just taking the title. We already getting it. We already getting it signed. Boom! I'm going to the DMV getting it put in my name.
So I have another question for you, and that's fire, by the way. Like that's fire, by the way. So here's my question, right? So when you are buying the mobile home unit, okay, are you going a step further to acquire the lot that the unit is on as well, or are you acquiring the unit and then paying like a lot fee and then trying to wholesale the unit itself?
Perfect. So typically, what I do and what I teach is I teach how to invest in mobile homes without owning the land, because I'm pretty sure we have more friends that we know without money than with money. Am I telling the truth? And
Right.
when I say without money, I mean 20,000+ to invest in something. We all got friends that probably got 5,000 or less, but that's not enough to invest in traditional real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I teach people how to do it with little to no money by doing it by paying the lot rent, right? We don't have to own the land to invest in the mobile homes. And with that being said, that first year I made 181,000 while I was working full time and not owning any land. I didn't start
Mm,
doing mobile home and land deals until my third year, aka last year. I've only been doing this for 4 years.
man. So real quick, let's frame this, right? So you were doing it without the land, right? So I'm trying to think of real estate. Real estate, how do you comp? How do you assess what you're going to offer on a particular mobile home? Because when I'm thinking traditional real estate, you're using how much the other homes are selling in the area, certain characteristics that are similar. How do you do this with a lot that or a mobile home that you're gonna move to a whole different area?
All mobile homes don't have to be moved. For an example, I'm getting one today. We agreed to 10. We agreed to 10. That's not too bad because the mobile home can stay on the lot. The lot rent is only 175. So the way I'm comping and how I know is you're gonna check the market. Like with traditional real estate, we got the MLS. We got realtors that'll say, oh, 4 bed, 2 bath is comping for this in that area. When I tell you this, you're not gonna believe it. There is nothing that's gonna tell you, yep, this is how much this home is worth. You know who determines the market? We do. How do we
Mm,
determine the market? How much do we want to get this mobile home sold for?
Mm-hmm.
This is the key answer right here. You have to look at Facebook Marketplace, type in manufactured homes, and compare apples to apples. You have to go to Craigslist, look at the same listings, compare apples to apples. You still stuck, call the mobile home park owners. Hey, do y'all got any vacant lots? Yeah, okay. I got a 3 bed, 2 bath that I would possibly like to move in your park. I'm pretty sure some requirements I need to pass. But my question to you is, I think what the man is trying to charge me for is a little too high, and I'm pretty sure you're more of an expert than I am. How much should I pay for this 3 bed, 2 bath with a clean title, 1989? And they're going to
mm,
tell you, oh, 1989, I just sold it for X amount. So you checked Facebook, you've checked Craigslist, now you ask the park manager, you're going to come up with the price that you're going to sell a mobile home for. Now, I always tell people to be wise when you're selling these mobile homes, because if you see somebody mobile home that's just like yours posted for $20,000 and you get
Yeah.
excited, pay attention how long it's been on the market.
Yeah.
Facebook could
Mm.
tell you listed 6 weeks ago. They ain't selling it. I typically keep all of my deals. I'm gonna say for the audience, for those that get excited, I'm gonna say less than 30 days. But real talk, I normally don't keep a property more than 2 weeks because people always need affordable housing.
Listen,
You know
listen.
how many
Mhm.
people
This
are knocking on my door to get this two bed, $1,300 mobile home I got right now,
and they had the cash for it. Most people
and they got the cash
and they got
for
the cash for it.
it.
When you said
That's
1,300,
me.
oh, that's the
That's
rent.
me renting
1,300.
it. I'm
Okay,
renting it.
1,300.
Mhm.
Got it. Got it. What if some? All right. So back to the DMV piece, right? You go to the DMV, the motor vehicles, and you're able to like pass the title. What if the person wants to use a loan to buy it from you? Like you're able to buy cash, but that doesn't mean the person that's on the other end that you're trying to sell it to. How long of
Mhm.
a process is that? Are we bringing in the mortgage companies, or are they buying it like they would a vehicle, and it's still like a quick, faster turnaround?
To me, it's still been quick, fast turnaround because most of my people take out personal loans.
Mhm.
Most of my
Okay.
people take out personal loans because with the mortgage company, of course, they're going to want to come out like a traditional mortgage company and inspect a home, get pictures, have an inspector come out. Most of my people take out personal loans, if anything.
And listen, Nicole, you got me ready to start doing some research. Like I don't know how much sleep I'm gonna get tonight, because you done gave me some ideas here. So yeah, you got to send
Check
me your
out my
cat.
YouTube. I'm telling you, I got a
Listen,
lot of information up there
listen.
in
You
my
got to.
IG.
Yeah, you got to send me your cash out, man. Queen got to send you a seed tonight or something. We're gonna have to bless you. But here's the thing, right? Because I'm sitting here thinking, you know, everyone needs a place to stay, right? And
Yeah.
so if the lot rent is 175, $200, and you're getting $1,000 in rent, whew, man, the ROI on that is amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and the overhead
Amazing.
is less. The overhead is
Mm-hmm.
is less. So
Mm-hmm.
I can end this call right now, and we can start looking at which
What?
mobile home park we about to buy. Because I'm just like, bro, what are we doing here? But no, go ahead, man. What other questions you got for? Because
Yo, so Section 8.
yeah.
Are you able to get Section 8 with a mobile home? Or not you,
Heck
but
yeah.
just okay.
Heck yeah. And I'm
Got
gonna
it.
keep it real with you. I favor Section 8 people. Why? Because everybody, excuse me, not everybody, but a lot of people look at people on Section 8 like, oh, they're gonna tear it up, oh, they're gonna do this, they're not good tenants. I love renting the Section 8 people. Why? Because I had a master's degree and I was on Section 8 and I was getting them same dirty looks. Now when somebody come and say, I'm interested, I like it, da da da. Do you accept Section 8? I'm like, absolutely. Bring the voucher and come on down. Because I
Right.
know my money going to be there at the beginning of every month or at the
So
beginning of every month.
so
So
here's
you
my
still
Now,
looking for
let
that
me,
utility check. You still looking for that utility check, just as a landlord now, right?
there you go.
what is the average
Now,
amount
let
that
me,
you put in repairs on most of these mobile
um,
homes?
man, price of everything has went up. So on everything, I would say anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000.
Okay.
But let's go back to the lot rent. I want to talk about the lot rent.
Okay.
Now I told you that lot rent today was 175. That is severely underpriced in my area. Typically in the state of North Carolina, right now, lot rent is like $400. So I have to take that into consideration when I'm pricing my unit. So the $1,300 is not all mine. 400 of that has to go to the park. Now I do know investors that do it other ways where you pay your rent to them and you give the park the 400. But me personally, I like to collect it all. However, I need people to understand this. I have students in California where the lot rent is $1,000. The reason that we don't need to get afraid by that, because the lot rent is always a fraction of whatever the current rental market is around us. So if the lot rent is $400 here, I know the apartments in this area is anywhere from 14 to
Mhm.
$1,800. My students in California, yes, the lot rent is 1,000, but they're renting they're renting 1-bedroom apartments for over $3,000.
Right.
So again, when we tack on our fee plus the lot rent, we are still beating the market because we're going to be cheaper. People are quick to say, "Oh, I know I can't do this in my area because the lot rent is $600." And I'm like, "Girl, bye." My student in California is killing it, and his lot rent is almost $1,200. It doesn't matter the price of the lot rent.
This is
Hey,
good.
is there taxes associated like with a mobile home, like property taxes?
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you asked. I'm so glad you asked. I got a mobile home for my daughter. I don't know if you all saw it.
I saw it.
That's how I
Yep.
went viral.
I saw it.
Got a mobile home for my daughter. It's a 1979. Got him to give it to me for free and made him give me $2,000. That's another conversation for another day. How much you think the taxes were on that 2-bedroom, 1-bath mobile home?
About $100.
$100. Okay. How about
Oh,
you?
you ain't on me? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't like. Yeah, I think 1,000 for the whole year. That's what I'm thinking, maybe.
Yeah. 1,000 seems fair for the whole year. $14.
Whoa.
What?
And let me explain why. Because remember,
For the year?
mobile home for the entire 2023,
Yeah.
it was $14.
Wow.
And here's why. Because mobile homes, I told y'all, they're like vehicles.
That's
So
right.
every year,
Personal
the tax
property.
value goes down.
And it's
The
historic.
tax value goes
Yeah.
down. And that right there, people, is the reason why people say that's a whole bunch of POS that she buying, because nobody the value on those mobile homes is this. You're right. The tax value goes down every year. That mobile home is probably worth $5,000, but your girl just sold it for $23,000 cash because the brother needed. I just sold somebody a house, move in ready. I want y'all to think about that. Close your eyes. Let's think about that. I just sold somebody a house that he can move his family into for $23,000 that he is now the owner of. People don't think about that. That is affordable housing. I got friends now that's trying to get out of $1,800 a month apartments. I have friends now that's getting approved for $200,000-$300,000 loans, and the homes are almost damn near in the ghetto. But I just sold somebody a
Yeah.
house for $23,000. You see what I'm
So,
saying?
so you were able, without renovations or any like added value, you was able to go to 5 to 23,000 in that one mobile home transaction.
Period.
Damn.
And here's what I'm looking at. The lot owner is the one paying the real estate tax. So she's paying personal property tax.
On their land.
And the lot
Oh,
owner
I
is the one
understand.
paying the real estate tax for the land.
And that has nothing to do with me.
Yeah. Hey, Nicole,
Got
we need you in Atlanta in November for the All Black. We
Yeah, how far of a drive is that? How far of a
we
drive
got
is
to
that?
have you on the mastermind. I don't know. We got to put her on the plane.
I'm too cute. I'm too
Yeah.
cute to
We
drive, baby.
got to put her on the plane, brother.
Okay. All right. Let's get it. Let's get it.
We got to have you on it. So once we get the date, we got
What
to
is
have
this?
you on the. So
The Forte experience.
the Forte
It's an
experience.
all black.
Is it like a speaking engagement or just a party? I saw y'all all white affair.
Both. So we have a mastermind first. Mastermind, we have people in the room, and we have different panelists, in different industries, and then we have the guests that attend the mastermind, and we just dropping gems, and then we go into the party afterwards. But
it's a networking party. Networking party, not just a party, but a networking party.
Yeah. Definitely need you in the room. Like, this is dope what you're doing.
Yeah, and, absolutely.
I saw the viral video. I saw some other videos and your content. You're doing a great job sharing your content, by the way. Tremendous job sharing your content.
Thank you.
So that's
it's creative too. It's creative. There was one I seen where she was like trying to keep all these baby doll like I forgot what video it was off of, but she was reenacting whatever this video that went viral, where she was trying to compare, like trying to keep the mobile home industry intact. And then she turned around with a pacifier. I'm like, this girl's going above and beyond right now to provide value and content through entertainment, man. I need to tap into. I need to take a content class with you for real.
Listen, in real life, I'm crazy as hell. So it's my personality. I'm a little bit of this, I'm a little bit of that, you know. But I would like to break down 2 strategies for you all, if you don't mind.
Let's do it. Come
Absolutely.
on, let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go.
All right. So I think a lot of people, what people don't understand is whenever you go out into these streets, put the people problems before your pockets. Put the problems before your pockets. Don't go in thinking about how much money you can make off a deal. Think about how can I help Sally and her solution. Case in point, the mobile home I got my daughter for Christmas. Here's what happened. Typically, I try to stay around 1990ish for mobile homes. I just don't want to deal with no 70s mobile home. This gentleman called me, got my phone number, and if y'all don't know me, everywhere I go, I have my shirt on to say I buy mobile homes with my phone number on it. It's on the front, it's on the back. If I ain't got a shirt on, I got a mask, something with it, right? Night, I got this call. This man wanted this mobile home gone. He's like, I need to get this mobile home gone immediately. Um, the land has been sold and I got to get it moved. And I'm frustrated because I just need to get it gone. I'm like, okay. He said, what year do you buy? I said, typically I like to stay around late 80s, early 90s. He said, well, maybe you'll break the rule for me. Mine is a 1979. I said, that sounds a little old. I don't know if I'm interested. He said, well, just would you take a look at it? Again, I'm not interested in no 1979. So I said, well, text me some pictures. He texted me pictures of this 1979 mobile home, and I instantly fell in love. I'm like, he has to be lying. There's no way this house is this beautiful. The house was in perfect condition. So I'm like, you know what? Here's what I need to do. I need to pull up with my mobile home mover to assess this home. I went out with my mobile home mover. We looked at the mobile home, and he told me over the phone, if you don't buy it, it's okay. I got somebody coming to look in and demo it. So to get somebody to come and demo it, you got to have
You
what?
gotta pay. You gotta pay for
You got to pay. So guess what he was telling me? That he had some money.
it.
Okay. So I said, okay. He said, if you don't buy, I'm just gonna have to get it. I'm just gonna have to get it demoed. I would prefer for it not to get tore down, but I just can't deal with it. I said, I'll give you a call back. I talked to my mover. My mover typically charged between 5 to 6K, but we locked in, so I got a discount. Okay. He charged me $3,000 to get that mobile home moved. So I called the guy back and I negotiated with him. He first of all, I let him wait a little while, let him simmer. He kept calling me. I was like, I'm busy. Gotta get back with you. 2 days went by. I was like, look, it's been hectic. I really don't have good news for you. I said, I'm interested in the mobile home, but the price he's gonna charge me to move it is a little bit higher, and I would hate to have to ask you for money. He said, how much do you need? It felt like Tupac. How do you want it? I said, well, you know what? I said, you know what? If I could get $2,000, he said, okay, no problem. And I'm going to be honest with you all. It pissed me off because I felt like I should have got more. Whenever I drop a price and somebody agree to it,
Yeah, yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
I lost.
Yeah.
That's right.
If you
Yeah.
agree, he said, okay. That man gave me the mobile home, and I got $2,000. But it gets better. This is how you add value to the mobile home parks. I found a mobile home park who was struggling with getting mobile homes pulled in. You got to understand the value of mobile homes is the most if they don't have vacant lots, because each lot
Mm.
is worth like $40,000 to $50,000 depending on what area you're in. So I got a mobile home park that's like, hey, you bring in mobile homes, I'll give you a month lot rent free. I'm like, nah, I need more than that. What you need? Negotiate. I need the move to be paid for, and I need 6 months free lot rent. Oh, we can't do 6, we can do 3. Okay, I'll do 3 months. How much I tell y'all my mover
Yeah,
charged me to move
3,000.
it?
3,000.
Yeah.
Right. They paid up to $5,000. What you think I got that receipt written for?
5,000.
Oh
That's right.
man.
That's right.
So I got a credit, right? So they
Yep.
wrote I gave them the receipt. They gave me my $5,000, gave him 3. Now I done got 2 from the move,
Oh man, it's good.
and I got another
This is
2
good.
from the seller. Now the mobile home is there. Now out of pocket, what I need to pay is the electrical, the plumbing, the front step, the back step, getting the skirting under the mobile home. All in that cost me about $6,000. I had 4 to start with. I only spent 2 out of my pocket. Merry Christmas, daughter. Got the mobile home sold for her for $23,000 cash. Again, I don't lie about nothing. It's pinned on the top of my page. Me
That's
giving it to
awesome.
her and her
Yeah.
selling it with a date on it. And I do that so people can see that you can really invest in personal property. Why the hell ain't nobody tell me this sooner?
Mm.
I wouldn't have
Yeah.
been busting my brain trying to invest in real estate, trying to start an Airbnb, trying to jump into property preservation. Like I've tried every avenue of real estate, but this right here just makes sense. So since it makes sense for me, what I do is
Dollars.
expand
It
with
makes.
what I know. So now I buy and I flip the mobile homes and I keep them. Rehab is a little bit more expensive, right?
Yep.
But I wholesale mobile homes where I wholesale mobile homes where I'm helping the seller sell something because they have a problem, and I'm connecting a buyer that needs a home, and I'm making a fee in the middle. I've been doing this 4 years. I don't have no license. I don't need no license. Okay. But since I know what I'm doing now, I do multiple strategies. In 2020, I made a bad investment on 2 properties. Boy, got so excited because I had went viral. Back then, viral for me was 1,000 views. You couldn't tell Shorty Girl nothing. Got my 1,000 views, popped my collar, went out there and bought 2 mobile homes at the same time. Bought 2 mobile homes at the same time, didn't realize, guess what that meant? Your dumb ass need to have 2 rehab crews and 2 budgets.
Mm.
I ran out of money. I'm crying. Y'all remember Clubhouse was our club back then. It was popping.
Mm-hmm.
Heard a lady on YouTube talk about renting rooms. One mobile home typically back then I shouldn't have spent more than 10 to 15. Now the market has changed. People charge more. Material is high. I'm spending about 15 to 20 now for a mobile home, including the purchase price, moving it, getting it renovated. That one mobile home I spent almost $30,000 in. I was
Mm-hmm.
devastated. I didn't know what to do. It's okay. Because that was 2 years ago. I got all my money back and some. Why? Because in 2 mobile homes where I pay for the rent of the land, because I don't own it, it's in mobile home parks,
Mhm.
I talked the park owner into allowing me to rent the rooms out. So now, instead of getting $1,300 a month for one mobile home, I'm getting almost $4,000 a month. How? Because it's a 3-bedroom, 2 bath. The one with the private bathroom, I rent that for $300 a week.
Mhm.
The one with the shared bathroom, the 2 rooms with the shared, I rent that for $255 a week. And I know some people listening to the podcast right now, like, oh my gosh, she's killing people with the prices. How could she charge that much? I want y'all to think. Thy raggediest motel around me, the raggediest one. My friend works at the motel. It's $60 to $70 a night. Before you say I'm getting people on the price, you do $60 to $70
Yeah.
a night,
Yeah. That's right.
including Saturday and Sunday,
Yeah.
times 30 days, where they're paying
With no
three to
kitchen.
$400
Yeah. Yep.
with no kitchen. They paying $300 to $400 a week. I'm charging $255 a week. You get Wi-Fi with me. You get access to a kitchen. I even couldn't include pest control and Netflix. We
Mm.
bougie over here in my mobile home. Okay,
So I
okay.
got I got I got
So
one I
go
got
ahead.
listen, I got a question for you. So the cost for utility taps, right?
Mhm.
Is it that the water and the electrical was already on the lot, and you're just paying the park manager the fee to tap into it? How does that work?
No. So each part depends. So
Okay.
one part I don't pay a water bill because the water is on the the park pays for it. It's well water, right? But the electrical bill is included with the weekly rent. So I pay all utilities. The only thing they have to pay is rent and food.
Okay, so when you are transporting, a mobile home to another lot, my question is, does that specific lot has a meter or something for your electrician to tap into, right?
Yep.
Um, okay,
Yep. And
got you.
if it doesn't, Duke will come out and install the box, of course.
Yep.
That's yeah, back home is Dominion Power, right?
Right. Right. Yep.
Right. So they will install the box.
Okay.
Um, if the box isn't there, but it's always a meter box there. But if not, Dominion or Duke would cover that cost. And
Absolutely.
only thing I'm paying my electrician is to wire it from that box to the house.
What about insurance? Are you getting
Oh, good
what?
question.
Yeah, what type of insurance is required?
I use a company called Foremost. I have a
Okay.
manufactured landlord policy. I have an agent. If you are interested, that I can give you her number.
Yeah, I use Foremost.
How much you think? How much you think I'm paying for insurance on a mobile home that at minimum my mobile home is covered for $30,000 worth of damage?
Mm. At minimum
I
30.
don't
Oh,
know,
so
like
30,000.
80, $90 a month.
I'm gonna say $30. I'm gonna give it 30 because I don't know. She might tell me
Okay.
$2, but how
Yeah.
much?
No, no, the premium just went up. I'm paying 53 now, and I complained because I was at 48, and she was like, the rates went up, so I'm paying about $53 a month per mobile home
Okay.
for coverage if anything happens. Now, all of my properties that are rentals, I make sure that make them get renters insurance.
Right.
But like I said, mobile home investing is what I do, and now I do different avenues within it. So I wholesale. I fix and flip. I'll flip some on land. That's a bigger profit. I'll
Hmm.
flip some on land. Um, I used to do seller finance, but I stopped doing seller finance, and here's why. Because when the term is over, what happens? When you pay your car note off, the last car payment, what happens?
You get the title.
You get the title. So
Hmm.
what does that mean? Us as landlords, we lose a property.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Remember, I started in 2020. So my little dumb tail, 2023 sounded oh so far away. So starting in 2020, remember that first year I did 23 deals, but 9 of them I kept as rental property. So imagine how many I had by 2023. But I was putting everything on 3-year terms. And
Mm.
2023 came and the people started knocking and was like, hey, my last payment is in 2 months. So when you want to meet so I can get my title? Baby, I lost 15 properties last year.
Wow.
Mm.
So
Mm.
all this content you inspired by because my ass is hustling to build my portfolio back up.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotcha,
Okay.
gotcha. So, listen, you gave us so much information, Nicole. Let's talk about your program. How can people get in contact with you? How can they sign up for your course? Because I know that there's some people interested. Hint, hint, myself included. So let us know, how can individuals get in contact with you and connect with you in your program?
So the best way to get in contact with me on social media is mobile home underscore MAMI. Please don't be confused. Unfortunately, I got a lot of dummy pages, but my IG is almost at 200,000 followers. My YouTube is at like 5,000. My TikTok is like 115,000. So make sure you following the right account. Mobile home underscore MAMI. Okay. Not MAII, not dot this, none of that. Okay. Mentorship, y'all, I ain't gonna lie. Like, if y'all follow me, I like to be in the streets a lot. So I'm not consistent with mentorship. So when I open it, I tell people go ahead and jump in. Like, I had a class in December. It went really well. I told everybody I'm coming back in January. I didn't. Baby, when the people came knocking in January, I was like, hey, last payment was in December. Can we meet up? And I realized how many
You had to get
properties
to the
I was gonna
grind.
lose in
Had to
2020.
get to the grind.
Baby, I
Yeah.
had to go. I
Yeah.
had to get to it. So everybody I told I was coming back in January, I didn't. So I just opened my mentorship back up, starting the first Sunday of June. I'm teaching people me. You working hands on directly with me. It's not like, oh, you're gonna meet with me once a week and I'm gonna push you off. My students talk to me every goddamn day, and some of them were me, but the ones that were me end up turning into 6-figure mobile home investors. My very first 6-figure student was in California, and I was afraid to teach him because he was pro with basketball. He played overseas, and he was already skeptical coming in the program. And I was skeptical to teach him because he was my first student on the West Coast. I felt all right about everybody else. But the West Coast, I knew his lot rent was going to be like 1,000
Right.
plus.
Right.
How am I going to teach this? He did every single thing I said, and he became successful. So if you're watching this, my mentorship starts the first Sunday in June. You can click the link in my bio to set up a call. You'll get on a sales call. You get on the call with either Sean or Greg. They're part of my sales team. They'll get you signed up. Once you sign up, you have a call with me so we can strategize, talk about what your goals are. My mentorship is $5,000. It is an investment in yourself. Codes don't work for free, baby. So if it's not for you, you can go to the YouTube for the freezy and learn some information for there. But if you come to work with me, my price at this moment is $5,000.
I
How
don't know,
long that's
but by
running
the time
for?
they
That
see it,
that
by the time they see this video, it might be more than that, y'all. So,
yeah.
yeah,
How
make
long is
make
the mentorship running for? Like it starts in June. Is this a set program that like a 4 week, 6 week boot camp type of thing, or is you
Six
open up the
months.
window and you just allow people
You
to come? Go ahead.
6 months. 6 months.
Okay.
So you have access to me for 6 months. So the way my classes are set up is structured. We meet the first June. We meet every Sunday, right? We also have calls that we're going to do on Monday. I believe Monday or Wednesday for motivation. We're gonna hop on the call. We're gonna I have someone come in that's gonna talk to us, encourage us, because I feel like that's where a lot of people fail at. They go call one mobile home park and they say, "Hey, we're not interested in you helping us," and they be like, "Oh, damn, mobile home investing don't work in my area." When it truly is, we just gotta get back up and give it another chance. The way we give our exes a chance, the way we give our baby daddies a chance. We gotta continue on. You know what I mean? You just gotta give it multiple chances before you quit on it. Are y'all with me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely,
absolutely. We
definitely.
got you. We got you. So,
Yeah, yeah.
is
So
so
go ahead.
social media. Go to your IG, click the link in your bio,
Hmm.
and this is how they can
Hmm.
get in contact with you. Let me tell y'all, you want to make sure you go sign up. Go sign up today. We want to push this. We want to make sure, Randall, that we get this to the editor so we can drop this before that first
June.
Sunday
Yeah,
in June.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before the first Sunday in June. And we thank you, Nicole. Listen, I didn't hear the P Town too much because I'm hearing more North Carolina out you now. Because I thought I was gonna hear that P Town. Because
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you,
please.
it's Randall. It's something about being married to a P Town chick, man. They different. They are different for sure. But
Got you.
yeah, we'll appreciate you, Nicole Mobile, millionaire, billionaire, mommy. That's what I'm calling you because you.
Let's get it.
My
I love
gosh, yeah. So we
Let's
thank you
get
so
it.
much. And question Randall normally asks, but I'm gonna ask this. I'm talking right now. 5, 10 years from now,
it.
where do you see yourself? What are you doing?
Oh, baby, I'm gonna be on TV. I already know. The Lord already told me I'm gonna be on TV. I'm gonna be nationwide. I am going to have my own TV show. I'm gonna be on Good Morning America. Make sure this is recorded. I'm gonna have my own TV show. I'm gonna be on Good Morning America, and I'm gonna be teaching people. I'm gonna be on stages where it's 2,000 people in the room. I know it. I feel it. It's gonna happen. So keep this clip and send it to me when it happens.
Absolutely.
You know that stage you're gonna be at with 2,000 people in the room is gonna be the Forte
Forte
Mastermind. Let's
experience.
get it.
That's right.
The
That's
Forte
right. That's
Experience
right.
Mastermind.
That's
Let's
right.
go.
The Forte. I was
There we
thinking the
go.
same thing, brother. I was thinking the
Yeah.
same. As soon as she
You're
said it,
gonna
I'm
be
like,
on
yeah,
there with a mic. You're gonna
yep.
be on the mic. You're gonna have all the TVs in the background with all the proof of concept of all the mobile homes. We'll have
That's
some
right.
smoke flares coming out for you when
That's
you walk on stage. Okay.
that's right. With a $50,000
I love
mentorship
it.
program, with a
Let's
$50,000 price tag for the
Ooh.
mentorship.
go. Let's
I
go.
do have this question, Nicole, and I was gonna wait to offline. I'm just going to ask it now. What about individuals that are looking? Because we come across this now in what we do with our real estate portfolio, is we have individuals that want to invest, right? So they don't
Mhm.
want to do the work. They just like, listen, man, I got XYZ amount of money. I want to be able to invest for a return. Is that something that you offer with what you're doing as well?
I'm not opposed to it, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. I am leery of whose money I take because you got to think about it. You have people that have $20,000, and you're like, okay, they're like, I just want to give you the 20 grand, and you make me something off of it. Okay, cool. But if they hear, oh, I'm gonna give you 10%, oh, I'm gonna give you 15%. They're like, that's it, that's all, baby. All you're doing is giving me the money. I'm finding the contractors to make sure we don't fall through. I'm locating the property. I'm moving the property. I'm making sure the house don't fall apart on the ground. I'm making sure I got our permits. I'm making sure I'm paying the lot rent. I'm screening the people that's in it. So I'm very selective on whose money I take. And then you got those other investors like, did you sell it yet? Did you make it yet?
Mhm.
Is any money there? I don't have time. I
That
don't have
sound like
time.
non-accredited investors. That sound like individuals who
Yeah,
non-accredited and can't afford to take a loss, right? But so
yeah,
that's good to know. That's good to know that you offer that opportunity, but you're very selective in who you're choosing. Um,
very,
and what I
very.
would say a lesson that we've learned is to work with accredited investors, individuals who have the money, they can afford to lose it.
Hmm.
They're not in a rush. They're not using tax refund money or PPP loans and trying to, flip the property like they flipping bricks and want it back in 2 months, right? They understand
Right,
things take time. So yeah, I get it. Trust me,
right.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Listen, y'all, we had another fire episode, y'all, and y'all put your hands together for one on Nicole. Fire. We thank you,
Come
Nicole. We'll
on,
see you right back to
Nicole.
the green room, but thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Bro.
Man. Man.
Man,
Bro.
brother.
It makes me want to re-strategize like our whole like we
Let me tell you. Listen,
we
let me tell you. Hold on,
I don't even know where to start, right? I don't even know where
hold
to
on.
start.
I'm gonna tell you where we're gonna start at. I'm gonna just go ahead and put this out here. I'm gonna let everybody know. So right before we brought Nicole on, and me and Randall was, we was talking about this $4 million project in Washington D.C. Right, and we're talking about trying to negotiate it down to 3 mil. And I'm just letting y'all know. I'm like, bro, why are we even talking? Why are we even trying to go back and forth to negotiate that when we could just make the investment into her course, learn the game, and go get like 4 million mobile homes, right?
True.
And
True.
provide affordable housing. And another thing, whew, real estate tax. Like, forget about that. I
And
don't
you
want to pay that
closing
no
in a
more.
matter of
I don't want
days.
to pay
You
that no more.
closing in
I
a
don't
matter
want
of
to
days.
pay that
You
no
don't
more.
gotta pay no title company. You don't gotta pay no title company.
Listen, you
None
not
of that,
come
man.
on, man. Come on, man. So if you're watching this episode and you are not on her IG page and you have not did the thing to register, to sign up, to make sure you are in the room, something is wrong with you. Or maybe you'll just procrastinate, and I don't do well with procrastination. But for those of you that's like, listen, I'm ready, and mention it. Go to YouTube University, get the free information, right? Get the free information. But when you couple what she got, and then I got right here in the in the book, right? Like in the book, I'm teaching you some methods of wholesaling and calling property owners, and so you're gonna learn all that for $27, and then you're gonna learn how to flip these mobile homes. We're giving y'all some value content right here, so just make sure y'all capitalize on it. That's all I need to say, bro. That was it.
Yo, success loves speed.
It
Don't take it
does.
slow. Go fast. Let's go.
Does. It
Let's
does.
go.
It loves speed, but it's also loves sacrifice. It rewards sacrifice, right? Um, and I thought I was the bomb negotiator. She got somebody to pay her to buy the property.
Got two people, not one. She got two people to pay the moving fee.
Yeah, like
That's
I'm gonna
dope.
pay
That's
you
dope.
to sell you my property, but I'm gonna pay you to
Yeah.
sell you my property and pay to get it moved.
So he didn't even say, he gave it away.
That's that
He
P
just
Town,
wanted
brother.
to,
That's that P Town, man.
oh man.
It's something about it.
He
I don't know.
Jedi mind tricked
That's
the heck out of
yeah,
him. Yo,
man.
I'm gonna let him simmer for a while. Get him
Yeah, man.
sweating and
Yeah,
be like,
man. But here's one thing I appreciate so much and I love so much, and it really, and this is why we ask questions about someone's upbringing, because it does communicate, why they do what they do and the extent of them doing what they do, right? And so when she shared the story about the motel, like I'm sitting here and I'm picturing the old Frederick Boulevard, right? And I'm picturing like, man, you got that hotel there, and there was a lot of drug activity there. Then you got J Dub over here. You got all of this that's going around you. But some way, somehow, there was a queen inside of a child that knew that better was coming, right? And so in life, because just her mentioning going to TCC to get the associates and then going to Norfolk, like the journey, right? And most people, everybody want the end result, but the success is actually in the journey. It's the journey. It's when you can say, like for me, I remember sleeping in that car, taking those bird baths, being homeless, right? But it's the journey. So when you look back and people are like, man, I want to do what you're doing. I don't think you want to do what I did to get to where I'm doing. Because most people don't want to go through the journey. So for her to share her journey, share her story, now when I go back and rewatch the video of her blessing her daughter for her birthday, now it means more than what it did the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
It means a lot more. So yeah, man. Hey,
Man.
let's go shopping, brother.
Let's
go shopping. Let's go shop. I guess I need to I gotta create another Facebook page, man, because I deleted my old Facebook page. So
what are we doing? Like, why you? Oh, we'll talk offline about that.
Yeah, we'll talk
about
that. But
all right.
Listen, I'm about to be we definitely about to because we're in a good space here in Georgia. And there's some mobile homes, brother. And I don't mind talking to Billy and Bob about buying their property. hey, Bob. Listen, man, this is Dominic just calling about your mobile home. Yeah.
All right. We don't want no equal opportunity issues on the Forte podcast before we even get big.
No, bro, we role play, man. I teach role play. And in role playing, you have to learn how to you come to the level of the client. Right.
Got it.
So if it's a
by
hood
mimicking
client,
them.
Yeah, absolutely.
By mimicking them.
That's right.
Okay. So you talking an Asian person, you talking Asian? Okay.
I try. I try, I can change the tone in my voice and my pitch, and I can get hood if I need to. I can get very professional if I need to. And I can get very country if I need to. So I got all covered, brother. Let's get the deal done. But anyway, y'all are watching the Forte podcast. Make sure you all go to YouTube. Make sure you go to IG. Make sure you go to Facebook, the Forte community.
You go to LinkedIn. You go to
LinkedIn,
TikTok.
You go. We there. We
Forte, the Forte community.
Man.
Let's get it, man.
This was fire. Let's fire.
Go. What's your forte?
Yeah, what's your forte? Let's go. Woo! Y'all go ahead and get the new book. Go to Amazon.com right now. Wholesale to Wealth. Teaching you how to use wholesale strategies to get the bag. We out of here.